energy isn't, you can't see it. It's like the lighting in here is very interesting. But they wanted me to do au naturel, so I'm just going to leave it. So, welcome. Blessed new moon in Scorpio. I'm going to light a little sage. Right now, I'm feeling like we need smudging. You guys feeling like you need a little smudging right now? I'm doing it in the live format, but it's not live, you know? So I apologize if it gets glitchy or if, you know, sometimes where I live, I lose the signal. So I apologize. I've never gone back and watched the readings, so let me know like if they are really bad and I will, you know, change it for now. I saw 57, then 58, which is 12, and then 13, which is also my birthday. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of diving into the energy right now. I'm sinking in with you guys. I don't know if you feel it too, but I can really feel your energy. I'm going to put a rock up there. Okay. So if you want to just dive into your reading, please, by all means, go right ahead. I'm still kind of like fixing this and, you know, getting it. There we go. That looks better. Um, but the timestamps will be in the description box and in the comments. But I'm just kind of easing into the reading and just talking a little bit. And then they will have me, you know, put reading 1, Energy Oracle, reading 2, Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle, and reading 3, How to Love Yourself. Also, can we give a shout out to Lori? Lori, thank you so much for this Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle deck. I will be honest, when I first got it, I just did not align with it at all. I wanted to so badly, but I just wasn't like feeling it. And I was like, that's cool, you know, like it'll either come around another time or it's meant for someone else. Like, you know, I don't get attached to that kind of thing anymore. So but I've been sadly mistaken because it has been really instrumental. And Lori is one of the most gifted. I mean, I don't want to put labels on her. I would say medium, channel, you know, whatever. But honestly, one of the most gifted I've ever come across because her energy is very loving and she operates on a high vibration. And it's interesting. That's why I was kind of like really interested that she said that she was so drawn to this deep, dark, and dangerous oracle. And I believe they were in Atlanta, her and Zoe, our other tribe member, her daughter. Um, I believe they were in Atlanta when they bought this, but feel free to correct me in the comments, Lori. So much is happening. I know a lot of you are, you know, have been reaching out, and I apologize if you're not, you know, subscribe to my other channel, Lula's Life. On Lula's Life, it's more of like exactly that. My life, the nitty-gritty, what's going on with me, my playful side, my artist side, my teacher side, my student side, you know. It's just everything. That's why it's called Lula's Life. And I also started another channel for Baba the Great. So if you want to give her some love, I'll put some links. Actually, they both might be linked on here. So look in the About section. Also in the About section, feel free to uh, of course, subscribe, like, and comment, all that good stuff. But also, if you would like to donate to all the work that I do on all of my channels in the universe, blah, 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 please feel free to do so. You know, my husband and I are going through a remodel right now, and, you know, every little bit helps. So if you can afford to do so, that's awesome. If you can't, there is no obligation. These are put before you to help you. So, the whole thing of that is really the exchange of energy. So if you can do the exchange of energy for money, it's always much appreciated, right? But also look at this gift. Lori donated this deck in lieu as a gift for the work that I do here, right? To give back to the group, to the tribe, to the soul family. So you can donate decks as well. There is a link below to donate decks. For some of you, I know you wanted to send me packages. Just hold off. I'm not quite sure exactly what address yet, but the cards are fine. I mean, they will eventually, like, you know, whatever is meant to be will be. Basically what I'm saying is that the address that's attached to the Amazon account to get any of the stuff that's on the wish list there, it's our landlord. So we are in a rent to buy situation with our landlord right now. So he travels a lot, and that's the only reason why. If you want to send more than cards, I know some of you have reached out that you want to send me, clothes, you want to send me gifts and things like that. I absolutely appreciate that. That's beautiful. Thank you. But the address, I'm not sure yet what that one is going to be. And because he travels for long periods of time, if you were like going to send me something, for the holidays or my birthday, etc., blah, 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 um, which I know a lot of you like to do that. Thank you. I love you so much for that. It's just such a beautiful, generous thing. Um, anyway, in touch with me. If you're going that far, most likely you have my personal information. So, you've already reached out to me. So go ahead and reach out to me. For everybody else, uh, you know, we'll leave it at that. Okay. So there was just a little sidebar. Spirit wanted me to put that out there. But yeah, it's just the exchange of energy. That's all we do, right? It's just an exchange of energy. So you can also pray for, everything to go beautifully and smoothly with our transition from the RV into the house, whatever, however you want to do it. Send us love, prayer, all of that stuff. It definitely helps. So I am just going to dig right into this because I can feel you guys, and I can feel how much you're longing to hear more from spirit. So um, all I will say is that right now the energy in real time, it's pretty tough. And 2023 comes out to the number 7. And sevens are all about challenging energy. And it's just, it feels like you're pushing against the wind constantly, right? So that is normal. Whatever normal quote unquote is, but you're spot on. If you were like dancing around and you were not having any concerns whatsoever right now, I'd be like, man, you're fucking awesome. But there's hardly anybody who's really, really like that right now, except for those who are so enlightened that they know that absolutely positively spirit has their back and like everything is good and they don't, let those things bother them. They don't care if they die because there is no death. There are people like that, but a huge portion of the planet right now is not in that alignment with that energy. So the best we can do is work through it. And in real time, like I said, November 14th, 2023, it comes out to the number 5. If you add all the numbers together in numerology and angel numbers, and the number 5 is all about change and transformation. It's about, being, if you looked at like, let's say between 1 and 10, right? Like, because math is a universal language. So if you look at between 1 and 10, 5 is, you're halfway there, or you can even look at it like you're almost there. And no one says that, it's like 1 to 5 could be really slow, but 5 to 10 could go really quickly. You know what I mean? Or the opposite. If you're starting something new, it could go really quickly from 1 to 5, but then maybe you hit a plateau because something needs to change something. Basically all it's telling us is that the energy shifts from one place to another place to another place, and it shifts through us if we allow it to. And I have been going through that myself. On my other channel, I've been speaking about that. I actually just posted not a very long video. It was like 6 minutes. It was just a message from Spirit about self-care right now. Self-care November. And I've been feeling this vibe of like the uneven numbers are like the self-care months, and the even numbers seem to be the numbers where people are like really like, right? Like, I mean, obviously, if your birthdays are in these months, it's important to you. But I'm saying, like, in general, just like for like the general energy, I know for where I live in America, the way that we rotate energy and time is controlled. But it's interesting how, like, you know, we're settling back into school in September, right? Like, because in the Northern Hemisphere, we're settling back into school, and, we're getting ready, and excited, for what's to come in October. You're settled into the new schedule, right? Like, and there's Halloween and Samhain and all these fun things are happening. Now we're in November, and November is the month of gratitude. It's about like being quiet and like going inward, because in December, shit's going to get crazy, right? Um, and even if you do live in the Southern Hemisphere, because I know that we have you here, we love you. Thank you all of you for being here. I love you so much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Just liking, subscribing, that's an exchange of energy too. Commenting, it's an exchange of energy, And some of you do it more than others, and that's okay. Anna, the president of the Magical Medium, I mean, honestly, thank you, Anna. I don't know where I would be with a lot of you guys. You have been my rocks, and thank you, because I know we're all going through it. We all have things that are going on. So it doesn't matter which hemisphere you live in, you're going to feel the energy, right? Because we're all connected on the internet now. There are so many things that I've been downloading like crazy since the 11/11 portal. I just got the chills. And if you have been going through this too, please feel free to comment below. Always feel free to comment. If I don't like it or heart it or comment, it does not mean I don't see it. It just means sometimes I don't have the energy at that time to do it. And sometimes I'll just pop in and I'll see something and I'm like, cool. And then I'll do a few and I move on. I used to be better about it, but right now I'm just going through my own major challenges and change and transformation. And at this time, I don't have the energy. That doesn't mean I won't in the future. So please continue to do that. It does help with the algorithms and getting us out there and connecting us more with the universe because, I said to Spirit today, I'm very happy with the subscribers, like how many subscribers I have, like, because I know that one person can make such a significant difference. So I'm like, wow, if there are 600 and something people, on this channel that are watching these readings here and there, or the shorts or whatever comes through, I know that I just filter teachings through, right? The divine, I'm the mouthpiece here on earth, but that does not mean that I do not have, the same, I'm human. By the way, I've been doing this thing with candle making. So I'm going to see if this works, but it's been hard. Do you guys make candles? Please tell me if you do. And if you do, like, if you have any tips, I'm always like down for like, giving me whatever. But I think I put too much wax in this one because I was trying to fix the wick. Anyway. And those of you who are new here, yeah, I have this one person was like, I can't watch you because they basically said what I always jokingly say, which is that I have attention span of a gnat. And I'm like, yes, it's also because I can talk to you guys, filter spirit, and work on this candle at the same time. It's not easy, but I can do it. So anyway, getting back to what we were saying, thank you, Spirit. To everything, turn, right? There's a season, turn. So they give us months that are, January tends to be a little slower, right? But then February comes around. Oh, what is that? Valentine's Day. It's the love month. You know what I mean? Like everybody's feeling, whatever. And yeah, right. It's just like more. And I get the vibe from them that they're trying to show us that fall into the rhythm of the energy and everything will fall into place. And, when I was doing the moon readings, I have if you aren't familiar, most of the readings that I did, I think last year, I think for like a year and a half, I only did moon readings. So I did 8 readings a month on the cycles. And that really helped me align with the energy of the universe. And now it's interesting because I feel like they have me, doing the same thing, but it's more universal and not just with the moon. Now it's like there's so much going on everywhere that we need to talk about it. Hold on. I'm going to pour out some wax. I'm learning. Isn't it fun to learn new things? I've been trying to challenge myself over the last few years to make my own things and grow my own things. And, I find it quite satisfying. I find it seriously so satisfying. And even when it doesn't work, it's like it gives me room to grow and learn something else. So I encourage you to do the same right now. So obviously we were talking about energy. I'll see what I mean. It's like, obviously we were talking about energy, but isn't it funny that they had us do that because they wanted to talk about the energy oracle? So if you're I would say maybe if you're having a hard time with the energy right now, that maybe the reading one is for you. But I would never ever tell you how to pick, right? Like you may have seen one of these decks like right out the gate. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm really drawn to that. Or you may have, whatever. But I find it interesting because I feel like the first reading is going to be more about like what's going on, like with the energy. Um, like maybe you have a question because, it's very generic. It's like what you need to hear from spirit right now. So I feel like with that being said, um, it could just be like something is going on in your energy field that, you know what I'm saying? So it could mean so many different things, but that's just like that's what I was reading around it. And then the second reading, Deep, Dark, and Dangerous, I feel like that one is kind of exciting because, I mean, come on. I mean, if you haven't heard of this deck and you haven't like participated in any of the readings yet with this deck, I mean, it's exactly what it says, like it's not like, hey, come here for sunshine and rainbows. It talks about gods and goddesses and curses and dark, like every fucking dark thing that's ever basically like happened on this planet. And it's pretty intense, man. It's pretty intense. So if you are, having a hard time with your shadow right now, if you are, whatever it is, I'm just going to leave it be. Maybe you're like me right now where like your attention span is like, you're like, what's going on? Like it could be that there's something in there that wants to talk to you. And then the third reading is the obvious, how to love yourself. 64 affirmations. I just posted, I love Crystal from the Psychic Soul. She and her sister and their channel is so awesome. If Spirit reminds me, I will put a link to their channel. But honestly, if you go to my shorts, you'll see it looks like it's outside like a sun, and it's this affirmation for the new moon in Scorpio that was really beautiful. It touched me so much. It was about the phoenix rising from the ashes and the rebirth, that I was like, oh shit, because this new moon is no joke. On Lula's Life, I posted a shorts about from Marin Altman, who's an astrologer. I love Marin. She's like blood, man. She's dark and sinister, and she doesn't fuck around. But that's what I like about her, because she just says it like it is. And she was like, listen, basically she was like, you can, do your new moon manifestations and all that, but she's like, this isn't the one that this is really for, because astrologically there's so much going on. It's a shit show on the planet right now. So Scorpio is such a, many people say many things about the sign of Scorpio, but almost every Scorpio I've ever been really close to is like the sweetest, most generous, loving, beautiful soul. But yeah, they got a stinger. Absolutely. But their stinger is there for a reason, because they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Just because I'm cool doesn't mean you can like, like back your shit up, back your shit up. So Scorpios just say it like it fucking is. And, my moon's in Scorpio and I'm a triple Sag. So Sages say it like it is too. So when I first started this, a lot of people were offended by my readings, or they'd be like, you're so aggressive. And I'm like, well, I'm not the fucking reader for you, man. Then like go somewhere else. Like that's cool. Like, because I'm the sweetest, most loving person. But at the same time, I just know bullshit. I'm not fucking around. If I got something to say, I got something to say. And that's my job here. It is literally my job to, as lovingly and as kind as possible, help people heal themselves, in all ways, shapes, and form. So I'm appreciative of my dark side, because my dark side helps my light. And I think it's interesting because the energy oracle, if you look at the box, she's very light. Her hair is light. Her skin is light. There's a lot of blue. I saw something about a song right before this about blue. And, blue's a very calming energy. So very interesting. And then you look at the deep, dark, and dangerous. It almost kind of looks like the same angel, doesn't it? Like, look at her hair. If you really like look closely, right? I want to see if I can, sometimes I don't like to always mess with this because because it's so fucking sensitive. But yeah, look at that, man. It's like the dark side of her because there, it's like if you look at her, it's like her eyes are closed and she's just like praising the light. She's praising, it looks like she's holding the moon up in her hands, right? This might be the moon card in this. I haven't used that deck in a while. Um, but here, this is like her, and her eyes are open, but man, they're like, she is steadfast, like she's not fucking around. Although I also get this vibe that she looks like drained and like drugged. So it's very interesting. Almost like the darkness is like seeping out of her. And see how her hair is like Medusa, like with snakes and shit? Like. So we all have light and we all have shadow. And I think the Love Yourself is perfect to be the last deck in this to be the last reading, right? Because we need to learn how to love both sides of ourselves, the light and the shadow, 2025 and then 2027. If you've never been here before, when I call out numbers, they're angel numbers or it means something to you. It could even be, that was really interesting because I saw 2025 and 2027. At first I saw them as like angel numbers, and then I wanted to let you know that zeros are amplifiers, right? So I was like, you can use the 20 or not use the 20. You know what I'm saying? The 0 and the 2027. So you could do 227 or 225. But what I downloaded really quickly, and I got the chills right now because I could feel spirit running through me. Holy shit. Is that I feel like they're trying to tell us that it's 2023, but we're at the end of 2023, right? Like we only have about 6 weeks left. 7 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, right? It's 11, 14, so 6 weeks. And then we're going into a new year. And 2025 is almost like a year away, right? Right? If you look at it like that, because we're at the end of 2023. So I have been getting this vibe from Spirit that 2026, I used to get the vibe that 2026 was going to be like this, magical year for everybody. But then I started to feel like it was going to maybe take a little bit longer. So that would make sense if it is 2027, that we're going to really, really feel the shift of the energy. Listen, so much is happening this year, but next year is a beautiful year. Like astrologically, it's a beautiful, and numerology speaking, it's a really, really good time. So it's also fours, right? Fours are half of eight, and fours are about balance. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. However, it's also going to be an election year. So I think we're going to see over the next uh, till 2027, I think we're going to see some of the most, especially those of us who've been like living on this planet, like myself, for like 50 years plus. I think we're going to see shit that we're like, holy shit, like that we only dreamt of or thought like of, but didn't know could actually come to be, like, I don't know, there's something really powerful, something really, really powerful that's coming down the line. So they are really trying to get us to align our energy to the light and the shadow and love ourselves so that we can project that back into the world. You know what's going to stop wars, you guys? Peace in our heart, peace in our mind, peace in our soul. When I looked, it was 2245. When I add that together, that's the number 13. The goddess energy is big right now, you guys. It is big. It is big. Those aren't masculine energies on the cards. I mean, they could be, right? They could be, they could, but I don't feel that. I feel very much this divine feminine. And so it doesn't matter what you align with in your human form right now. This is talking about the divine feminine and how she's making a comeback. So just hang in there, have faith, believe, trust me, I am going through it too. I had a serious panic attack yesterday, and I love 13. I was born on the 13th, and I was born on a Monday, a moon day. So to have the 13th on a Monday, I was all excited. I wanted to do this reading yesterday, but yesterday I was a fucking shit show. Shit show. Like bad, bad, bad. Like we're like hyperventilating into a bag bad. And I realized it was like the end of eclipse. Like it was like I was shifting from, Libra moon to Scorpio moon. I was shifting, fully like looking back on the shadow of eclipse and just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, and like moving forward. Ooh, when I looked down, it was 24 minutes exactly. So yeah, so 2024 is going to be something really, 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 really awesome. Also, the number 12 has been coming around a lot, or the number 21, like the mirror form of that. So if that means anything to you guys. So without further ado, let me see if they want me to do any more messages for the collective. Do we want to do any more messages for the collective before we move on? No. We will talk about these in your individual readings. Until then, take good care of yourselves and each other. I love you so much, and all of my information is in the description box, and so are the links to my other channels. And I'll see you over at your reading. And because this is going live, I'm just going to put it on mute while I move things around. Okay, so you'll, if you keep your volume on, you'll hear me come back on, like if you're doing something or whatever. But so I'll see you soon. Bye. Welcome, reading one. I was having some technical difficulties, but I figured it out. It's still a new system to me. I haven't always used this system, so I apologize. I'm actually going to back this up because I feel like this wants to go right here. Um, Also, it's so interesting, like their camera, like YouTube's camera is like so different than mine, so it just went really dark. I don't know if you guys are going to see it dark or if it's just anyway. Welcome, 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 reading one. Welcome, reading one. Thank you for bearing with me today. You chose the Energy Oracle. What messages do you need to hear from Spirit right now? Okay, I'm feeling a lot of ungrounded energy. I had a hard time putting this together. And whenever that happens, as an empath and a telepath, I can feel, hear, sense a lot of, I mean, whatever, clear. I have all the clairs. So it's like I feel things, I see things, I hear things, I smell things, I taste things. It really depends on the situation. But this in particular situation, I really felt like this uneasiness to get started. And I'm just going to pull some cards because I feel like there's a lot coming through. There's a lot coming through. So, Spirit, reading one, Energy Oracle. Please speak to us, Spirit, through the Energy Oracle. We are in gratitude. Oh my gosh. These two came right off the top and they were like this. And they're having me put them like, oh, what is happening? Okay, so I'm going to show them to you because yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Because I shuffled it before. I couldn't unmute it, but I had been shuffling and then I went to unmute it and I couldn't figure it out. But anyway, I shuffled for a bit. So to have this man holding a heart and man holding a coin, 45 and 43. So very interesting. But because they were upside down, I feel like I really want them to be upside down. I know that they have reverse meanings. So I'm going in the book. I'm absolutely going in the book because I feel like you need to, whatever is happening, oh, jeez. It's so sensitive. Their camera is so sensitive. It's funny. I tried to, well, maybe not supposed to see it that way. So here we go. So I'm going to start with the man holding the heart first. Also, interestingly enough, the book just opened up randomly by itself to number 15, appreciation and choosing gratitude. So whenever that happens, I take that as like another sign. So let's see, 45. Also, I'm feeling for some of you, you really need to get grounded. And for some of you, you need to get grounded in your sexuality. It's almost like you've just like turned off the valve, so to speak. And Spirit's like, it's time to turn it back on. Okay, so man holding a heart. Male dealing with family, love, or emotions. So the reverse meaning is when this card is reversed, it could indicate a disconnect or even total shutdown regarding your emotional life. It's time to open up and know that you can handle deep emotions and the energy they bring up. Whether it's anger, grief, or utter bliss, you can be comfortable in their experience and in their expression. It's also on page 144, and I felt like they wanted me to say that. So I don't know if that means anything to you guys, like you've been seeing that number. I just feel like there's something to that. So I'm going to leave that there. There was a lot that came through actually, but I'm going to keep reading and we'll come back to it. So it says the man holding a heart reverse can also indicate a difficult connection or even relationship with a man who may be easy to anger, deceitful, or quick to criticize. His behavior could be attributed to fear and self-doubt, yet he would never admit it. You deserve honoring in any relationship, so set some boundaries and don't buy into this emotional chaos. Your soul longs for emotional peace. Okay, so on a side note, because these are always messages for all of us, right? Because this could be mine. Sometimes these readings are not for me at all, and sometimes they're for me, but I just think it's so interesting that as I was reading that, my landlord, and he's fixing something, and today's supposed to be the last day it's supposed to be done. And but it's funny because I was thinking about him and I just heard him drive up. Fuck. I guess so. I don't know if that means anything to any of you guys, but also I felt this need to whisper, which is silly because there's no need to. So I feel like for some of you, like maybe the man who's holding your heart, or remember that man just means divine masculine energy, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It could be a quote unquote, woman identified, but they're really strong masculine energy. I have 70% of my chart is masculine, but I am a woman. I align with the female, identity, even though I know that we all have both, right? But the point is to get it balanced. Sometimes when I look at my chart, I was like, man, like, who did I think I was? Like, I'm like, I'm so arrogant. I'm like, really? Right? But at the same time, I obviously knew I can handle it. It's just very challenging. So it could be for some of you guys that you're just going through something really challenging and they're saying to use your heart in this situation, right? Especially right now, the divine masculine is being torn down. So a lot of men are feeling emasculated, or the masculine energy. If it's a woman who's so driven by, like, yeah, and no, and has no sensitivity, shutting down, this could be you. This reading could be just you. Maybe your divine masculine isn't, connected correctly right now in your psyche, in your soul, in your heart. Um, I can't tell. I feel like he may have stopped. So if he did and you hear a knock, I just wanted to he may not. Sometimes he just drops stuff off. But if you hear anything, I just didn't want you to be like, what the fuck was that? Anyway, but that's just super intense. That's so intense because I feel like these readings, before, when I used to do the picker readings, I felt like it was like really for specifically this, person, or really specifically, meaning this person, like, oh, somebody must really be going through this heartbreak or this thing right now. But then the more I started to do these, the more I started to realize that it's not always about love or relationships, on a sexual level, or, you know what I mean? That spoke of it and here, and I spoke of it, at the beginning, but you hear what I'm saying? It's about getting aligned with your divine masculine energy, and aligning with the divine masculine energy around you, and using your superpowers, your empathy, if you're empaths, which I believe you are. Because I feel like this reading, the energy, I feel like you really sense energy, which is why you're probably struggling more than most on the planet right now. Because, ignorance is bliss, right? So people who are still living in the old programming, they're, been thinking more woo woo and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't matter, but ignorance is bliss. So if you're just like going along in the same thing or whatever, and you're like, oh, it's okay, blah, 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 and I'll just get drunk again, and I'll just, I'll ignore it, and I'll ignore it, I'll ignore it. Well, that's not the energy that is on earth right now. The energy on earth right now is you cannot ignore things. It's going to keep coming for you and keep coming for you like Groundhog Day. So, I feel like this actually wants to turn up right now, because I feel like now you guys know that you don't have to choose yourself or somebody else. I love that a lot of the divine masculine in these cards have long hair, because I feel like it gives like that essence of what I just said about the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Also, it's number 945. If you add 45, the top of the card numbers, it comes out to the number 5. Also 4, 5, like keep going. But 9 means like you're almost there, like keep going, keep going, keep going. And it could even be like, maybe this could be just for one person. So you know what I mean? The old adage, take what you need, leave behind what you don't. But I feel like for some of you, it's almost like you keep trying with relationships, and you're just like, and you're trying so hard with this one person because you're like, but I've put so much energy into them and we've been together for so long and blah, blah, blah. But you're like, but like in the like core of your heart, in the depths of your soul, that this is not the right person for you, at least at this time, because you want to grow, you want to progress. And this person's not allowing you to grow and progress this masculine energy in your life. And it could be you. Maybe you've completely divinely squashed out the masculine and riding high on the feminine, and you're just like, la, la, everything's great. But you know what? The masculine is where we find our shadow, There's something really powerful there. There's shadow in both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, but in the masculine that we have been controlled by and programmed by for thousands of years, has taken away that feminine side. I mean, there was a time where men wore their hair long and they didn't call them pussies and all that kind of stuff. I mean, and It's like, I mean, they're just words, you know, at the end of the day, but it's just so silly. It's just fucking silly. Like, cut your hair short and be military and, you know, boys don't wear earrings. That's for sissies. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, look through history, dude. I'm like, if they men wore fucking tights, I'm like, what? You know, it's like, it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's something to be said. I love how that light just came in. There's something to be said about what is happening with the energy right now. So I get the vibe from spirit that they're like, listen, you can, it's like the heart is on the outside of the chest and it's being held. But there's two ways you can look at that. Is someone holding your heart with love? They've imprinted on you, right? See the white heart on the pants? Like they've imprinted on you, maybe. Some people believe in twin flames. Some people, you know, believe that it's just something that people made up to make people feel better or whatever. I mean, who knows, whatever. Believe whatever you want to believe, you know? Soulmates, all that. Soulmates are real. They're very real. Hold on, I'm getting a download. But I'm hearing for some of you who have this controlling masculine, this controlling energy of a man, I'm hearing that they're like, you no longer can allow that to happen. Hold on. I'm feeling like I want to finish reading the book and then I want to jump over because I feel like what I was about to say is going to go in with the other card, but I want to finish this first. It says the man holding a heart reverse can also indicate a difficult connection or even relationship with a man who may be easy to anger, deceitful, or quick to criticize. His behavior could be attributed to fear and self-doubt, yet he would never admit it. You deserve honoring in any relationship, so set some boundaries and don't buy into this emotional chaos. Your soul longs for emotional peace. That needed to be said again. Your soul longs for emotional peace. And the affirmation is, I am comfortable with all of my emotions. I honor and express them in appropriate ways. I feel peace. And I will put in the community section, I will take screenshots of each reading's affirmation. I'm pretty sure they all have them. I think there's only a few that don't have them. So if you don't have one, you don't have one, but you can use other affirmations. They'll be there for everybody. You know, it's not just for your reading, but I'm going to say that again. I am comfortable with all of my emotions. I honor and express them in appropriate ways. I feel peace. You know, recently I had to say something to my husband because I was like, listen, I can't just, you know, I understand that like I am a sensitive, you know, person and all these things and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but I cannot plan or time when things are going to happen for me. Meaning like if I'm going through something and he's home, I can tell sometimes that he's like, I mean, most of the time he's pretty awesome, but there's sometimes where I can tell he's just like exasperated or he's tired or whatever. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, you know, you could just as easily also turn around and say, oh, what can I do? Is there anything I can do? Or you just need me to listen, you know? And I get that men and women, men are from Mars, women are from Venus kind of thing. But I think this is what they're trying to help us to communicate better with our divine masculines in our lives that don't connect to the heart source, which is what the divine feminine is. I love that the banners that hold the words on each of these cards are green because that's the heart chakra. And I'm going to flip this one now, the man holding a coin. We're going to get to that. But how powerful, how powerful. We've got two masculine energies holding the heart and holding the coin. But you know what Spirit's showing me and why they had to go in this order? Was because if you're holding on to your heart, but you're not putting it out into the universe, you're not going to, the coin's not going to come. Because the energy on the planet now is about love. And if we keep going, like if people keep coming at us with darkness and heaviness or whatever, we can respond. It's how we do it. So we can, if we respond the same, then it's just going to be bad, right? Like it's not going to be good. It's not, if we go for an eye, instead, that's why the turn the other cheek, you know, It is a biblical thing, but it's very true. It's not saying that you're weak or that you're not masculine. It's saying, listen, this is as far as I'm going to go with this. This is what I said. This is what I mean. I love you, whatever. Also, before we move to the other one, they wanted me to show you that the affirmation, you could take a screenshot if you want. I don't know if this is gonna, the lighting's acting all weird, but it's on 145. Hold on. See, I don't know their camera, so, but interesting. It's on page 145. And we've got 45 from Man Holding a Heart, so I just wanted to put that out there. But interestingly, even more, look at this. It started on 143, which is 43 man holding a coin. So I feel like 1 is signifying new beginnings. Like it's time for all of us to change the way that we look at the divine masculine within ourselves and within the people that we're having conflict with. You know, the wars that are happening right now. I don't believe that. I don't want to get into things right now, okay? Because I have a lot of things that have been downloading, and I know I'm going to talk about them at one point on Lula's Life. That's my other channel. There's a link on this channel to that. But for now, I'm feeling much that I need to kind of stay in my thinking until I'm ready to share all of the downloads together. But I will say this. The wars that we have known in the past that drug on for years and blah, 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 I believe that something really big and biblical, but in a beautiful way, biblical, is about to take place on the planet because we have all, as a collective, seen enough war. And we're done with this very heavy-handed, masculine, controlling energy. It does not need to be like that. See how, like, this guy over here is holding the heart and he's like, yeah, that's right. I got your heart. But this guy over here is like, he's not, this guy's gripping the heart. Do you see? Where this guy's kind of like, just like, hey, look at this. You can have this money. This money's for you. Look at this beautiful place that you could come and live and be, right? I feel like this card is just trying to show us like this softness. See the softness in their face? The beauty? Because they're showing us that we are the ones that are in control of our money, in control of our funds. And if you have somebody else in control, when I looked down, it was 54, 55. It was almost like it stayed there for a minute, like lingered. So 54 is 9 and 55 is 10. So yeah, you're really close. You're about to have a major breakthrough, you guys, like a major, massive breakthrough. And it's going to be by using your love and using your heart and being kind, pushing back, but not pushing back in a dark way, a mean way, a heavy way, pushing back saying, listen, man, I love you. You know, just coming from this very love and light place. And, you know, people who call us woo-woo or whatever, they're just not ready. They're not awake yet. Drink some water, stay hydrated. When I looked up, it was 5540 and then 5544. It like happened like so fast. So those are also angel numbers for you guys. But 5540 is the number 14, which is today in real time. I'm doing this on November 14th, 2023. And that number is the number 5, which is about change and transformation and halfway there. So don't give up on yourself. If you were pulled to, if you haven't watched it already, and but you were thinking about it, I did a reading right before yours for the tribe, and it was really awesome. And we had some really great breakthroughs with spirit. So if you were pulled to, you might want to go pick up some more pearls there because we spoke of that, what I just spoke of there. So the man holding a coin, male connection and money, health, or value, but it was in reverse. So it says this card reverse reveals that you could be acting against your own best interests where money or health matters are concerned. You might be spending a bit too much or simply not be conscious enough about what's really important. If that's the case, become more aware of your choices and priorities and bring more discipline to your life. This card reversed could also be warning of a self-absorbed or dismissive man who may be out for his own advancement, even at the cost of your own. Be conscious of the critical or demanding men around you, and always remember that you alone determine who has the real power in your life. The affirmation is, I determine my own destiny. I take financial action and am receiving wonderful assistance from those around me. And this is a powerful one to say because I feel right now, with, like I said, so many things that are going on with the planet right now. Hold on, I'm going to try and get this there so I can, if you want to get a screenshot. I'm just kind of balancing it there. But this is really powerful. Keep saying this to yourself. I determine my own destiny. I take financial action and am receiving wonderful assistance from those around me. I determine my own destiny. I take financial action and am receiving wonderful assistance from those around me. And it's on page 139, which is also the number 13, which is the number of the goddess. So very powerful. Let me see if they want us to pull any more cards. I did see at the bottom, I always like to look at the bottom. It's funny, before I even started watching like picker readings or watching other people, I always wanted to look at the bottom too. I don't know if it's just part of curiosity or, but here we go. So number 19, and I feel like that's where you guys are. Like you just need to take some time to like, just have some downtime, take care of yourself. Let me see if they want me to read this card or bring it out or use the affirmation. Do we want to bring that card out into the reading, Spirit? Would we like to share the affirmation with the tribe on that card? No, it's simply put, it's exactly what it is. If you're seeing this reading, whenever it is, take some time to relax. I spoke about this in the beginning from Spirit for all of us. So stay in this high vibration as possible. Stay in as high vibration as possible. It's funny. All throughout this reading, I can't help it because I had that with my landlord, but it's like, I've been getting all these like aha moments, where I'm like, oh, hey, hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Let me flip it. It just went a little wonky. So I don't know where it stopped for you guys. So I'm just going to see if they want me to pull any more cards right now. So I don't know where it stopped, and I won't know until I go back and look at it. And I'm actually going to put a light out right now because now it's starting to get dark out. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. So I apologize. Me and my fancy software. Hold on, I'm going to do one other thing really quick. Okay. Thank you for being so awesome. Someday I'll probably look back at these and be like, wow. But you know what? The truth is, as long as the message is there, that's really all that matters. It's like, ooh, hello, move by itself. The rest of it is, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So let me see if you guys have any more cards. Interesting that when I went to the again, or I tried to shuffle before it canceled out, this is at the bottom. Number 31, door to value. And what is the mirror of 31? 13. So I feel like your door to value is your divine feminine. I really do. I feel like for you guys, it's your divine feminine getting in balance with your divine masculine. Okay, Spirit. Do we have any more messages for reading one? Okay, I apologize for the kerfuffle. I feel like for some people who like they're like, I'm out, whatever, I got what I needed. And I feel like for other people, you got that last little pearl. For everybody else, thank you so much for being here. All of my information is in the about section, and I'll see you at the next reading. Take good care of yourselves and each other. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Welcome reading two. I just want to come out the gate and tell you I love you because I don't feel like you hear it enough or say it to yourself enough. And I ask that you close your eyes if it's safe. Obviously, if you're driving or you're somewhere where you can't close your eyes, I understand. But if you can, take in a few deep breaths, whatever feels good to you. Breathe in loving, healing, light energy. Breathe it in. I called upon the healing energies of the universe to come in and heal our minds, our bodies, our souls, and our hearts. I love you all so much. I call upon your higher selves to accept this healing. And if you'll indulge me, will you sing a little song with me? I'm going to sing it. If you know it, sing along. People have different versions of it. I change it as I go sometimes. So this is a little affirmation, a little mantra, chant, whatever you want to call it, to help you get out of this pickle, to help you climb out of the darkness. And here it is. Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. You know, keep saying this to yourself because this is some serious shit, man, right? Like, if you chose this, but I'm also fucking proud of you because I think it takes a lot of courage. I know it takes a lot of courage to face your darkness. Ooh, that looks cool. um, it takes a lot of courage to face your darkness. So I love you and I'm so proud of you. You're so beautiful. And if people haven't told you enough, I love you. And when people say, you don't know that person, how can you love them? I'm like, because I love everybody. We all have bad days. We all have dark times. We all deal with grief, sadness, and desperation differently. It's called deep, dark, and dangerous for a reason because the shadow can fucking destroy. Or it can teach. So you have to ask yourself, we are right now in this new moon energy. This new moon in Scorpio. Utilize this moon, Scorpio, the Scorpio moon. Utilize this energy to go deep. Get in there. Face your darkness, face your fears, face all the things that you never wanted to look at or see. This is your challenge, my friends. This is a different place, a different world, a different time. We will never, ever have anything like this again. Of course we'll have things after, you know what I mean? But like at this time, up until now, from everything I understand, which I could be wrong, but the downloads that I've received over the years, this is the most tumultuous times because even though there have been wars and famines and slavery and all of that, it's happening right now. It's never on it. It's just changed forms. The devil, so to speak, the darkness has just changed faces, changed masks. You know, I don't know if you guys know who Tommy Lahren is, but I will never forget when that person, I don't know anything about them now. I'm talking about when they first came on the scene. So I don't know, they could be the same. I don't know. But they were Fox News, but I don't think they started there. Anyway, long story short, this person kept coming into my orbit and I'm like, is this a fucking joke? And I was like, what is she talking about? Like, I'm like, have we like programmed the divine feminine so far back that even now today, it's like, yeah, get your proper place in the kitchen and support your man. I'm like, and I'm not doing that because I have family from the South. I believe she's from the South. So, okay, I apologize. That was kind of that was my darkness coming out. I was kind of trying to act like her, but I was also not being very nice. So I am in the deep, dark, and dangerous with you guys. So I'm going to feel what I'm going to feel. But the reason why I was so perturbed by her was because I didn't feel like that's who she really was. I feel like she like was programmed that way, you know. And I have traveled. I have traveled to 35 of the United States. I've lived in 5 of them, and over 50 plus years. So I've traveled to Europe and was in three, 3 or 4 countries, 4 countries. I've been to all different parts of Mexico, you know, to the fun, frilly sides, to the deep, you know, dangerous sides. And it's a really beautiful country, actually. But interestingly enough, through that and meeting other people, I started to understand that no matter where I was, people were the same. They just spoke a different language and looked differently. That's it. That's it. Same, 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 same. Same judgment, same bullshit, same darkness, same, you know what I mean? Didn't matter. Same greed, same, I want to be famous, I want to be popular, I want to, you know. And now with social media, it's put here for us as a tool. You can use it in all different ways. People speak of the dark web. Well, if there's a dark web, then obviously the governments would know about it. And you're trying to tell me that they can't like do anything, or that, you know, they want that shit there. You know, have you ever seen that movie um, with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson? And it's in the military, and these guys kill a gay man because their leader finds him to be too weak. And he finally admits that, yeah, he's like, I have to do that because I cannot have that when it's coming down to whatever. He's like, I can't have one person, you know, acting a certain way. And he's like, yeah, but everybody said he was a good, like, he was a good soldier. Like, they would want him in their barracks. And like, it didn't matter if he was gay or not. Right. So it was just interesting. And then he pushes him, pushes him. And then Jack Nicholson pushes back and says, you want the truth? And he's like, oh, and he goes in this whole thing about what happens during war. And he's like, you know, he's like, you want me on that wall, you need me on that wall. He's like, the truth. He's like, you can't handle the truth. Because if you knew what it was really like out there, and it's like, but now we're all seeing on this grand scale that when these things took place, these wars, whatever, throughout history and time, if it, you know, it could just be programming and it never happened at all, right? And we're just fucking robots and we're just using these like meat suits, right? Like to come around, like using our these avatars just to play with our souls, to stretch and expand the soul dimension. We're all connected, right? So what are we at war with? Ourselves. It's silly. War's silly. And I feel like now we've just evolved to a point where like, this is silly. Like, do you realize what you're fighting over? I know that you have history. We all have history. Every fucking place has history. Every nook and cranny on this planet has history. There's history of life in every nook and cranny on this planet. Some form of life. So if you chose this, you are brave and you are strong and you are daring. And this is you looking back at you. This is literally you looking back at you saying, we got this. We may be a little tired. We may have fucking snakes coming out of our head. But hey, wait, we have snakes coming out of our head, man. We're fucking awesome. You know what I mean? It's like, it's on the way you look at it. So we're going to pull some cards. I felt like you guys needed a pep talk because you're so powerful and beautiful, and it like makes me sad to even think that you're struggling in any way. By the way, look at the inside of the box. I'm going to put it here because I feel like it's like a good reminder. You know, snakes are so beautiful and magical. I'm going to put it somewhere where it's going to like really, I'm going to move the light around. Maybe over here. Over here. There we go. That's nice. Snake is your spirit animal, right? Whenever you watch this, it's timeless. But work with the snake spirit. You know, people always ask me, how long do you work with a spirit animal? And I'm like, well, I feel like the spirit animal chooses you, and you can either walk with them and learn from them or not. So if they keep coming up, it's because they want you to continue working with them. You know, it's not just like, oh, it's my spirit animal. It's like, no, it's like they have, you know, it means look at it again, especially like the snake or the owl or the wolf. You know, the wolf is the teacher, owl is wisdom, right? The crow is magic. but you want to go more. It's not just like, oh, it's a word, it's an energy. And they want you to start looking at it like that. Oh my gosh. I normally do this, right? What I'm doing now is I knock the old energy out of what was there. But I'm going to see if they want me to shuffle. No, they still don't. I didn't think so. This was on the bottom of the deck. It's almost like, is there any other card? I don't know. Look at this fucking card. I know the lighting isn't perfect, but I'm gonna, because I know they want us to use it, I'm like, holy shit balls. Okay, look at this, the next one. What the fuck? This deck is so amazing. Oh my gosh, this deck is so amazing. Okay, so I want you to look at this card for a minute. Just look at it. Move the lighting around so you can have different viewpoints of it. And I just realized I forgot to get my glasses, but I think I can do it. So the key word of this card is acceptance, and it's hell. H-E-L. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm like literally shivering right now because your energy is so intense. I'm gonna even push this. I feel like they don't. I feel like they almost want it in darkness. Hold on. I'm just gonna, yeah, just go with it, okay? So let's see. What is the number? Okay, it's number 6 on top. So if that means anything to you guys. This book, not only is it translated from another language, but they have type over a really busy paper. So I'm going to do my best. So just hang in there, okay? So it says things. Hold on, I'm going to grab my glasses. I thought I can do it, but hang in there, I'm coming. All right. Things can never stay the same. Change must be accepted. Be flexible. Keep walking through difficult circumstances. Do not stop and get stuck. Acceptance allows you to move on faster. Surrender what is no longer yours. The duality of this energy is, even though the keyword of this card is acceptance, its opposite word is denial. And it ain't just a river in Egypt, right? So, in the Norse afterlife, there are a number of places you might go when you died. If you died fighting bravely on the battlefield, you might end up in the Valhalla with the god Odin. Dying courageously, dying courageously, you might equally end up with the goddess Freya in her hall, the Folkvanger, which is the battlefield. Alternatively, you might end up with Hel. Hel was both a goddess and a place. Hel, the goddess, was a giant, but it says here Jotun, Jotun, in parentheses, giant. She was a giant and the daughter of the god Loki. Not to be confused in any way with the concept of the Christian hell. This was not a place of punishment, but an underworld. When people died in a not particularly courageous way, they went to be with hell, a kind of benevolent middle place. Also, this is on page 25, which is the number 7, but also I felt like somebody needed to hear that. It was a long and tough journey to travel to hell, and it was considered lucky to finally arrive. It could be a cold and lonely walk, so during funerals, the dead were provided with things to make their journey easier. A sturdy pair of walking shoes, hell shoes, were often funerary gifts. You wanted to make sure dead folks had a good pair of shoes for the journey, lest the shoes break or wear out and they be forced to come back to life as a revenant. You also didn't want to be stuck in a place that wasn't here nor there because you had no shoes. Despite the pervasive image of Vikings as savage warriors, history reveals that their martial expertise, interesting Freudian slip, martial expertise and penchant for war was only a small part of their story. They were innovative boat builders and navigators and incredible traders and hold on. I went ahead of myself. Sorry. They were innovative boat builders and navigators and incredible traders and just basic overall innovators. They held sophisticated courts and allowed women to inherit, rule territory. lead ritual, and even fight in battles should they wish. They also lived in accordance with a wide reaching mythos, a spiritual belief system that was shamanic, animalistic, animistic, and pantheonic all at once, but that went by no formal name. The Norse people simply practiced their beliefs by taking right actions in accordance with the stories and rituals passed down through the generations, and the idea of going to hell was part of this. There was a deep understanding and acceptance of dying as part of life, although a person shouldn't die in vain or in a cowardly manner. Virtue and living a good life in service to the society and gods ensured that death could be accepted and a new life in the afterworld begun. The plant companion for this card is the crowberry. Interesting that I spoke of crow, so look up crow as well. You guys are old fucking medicine, man. That's why you're so brave, and I'm so proud of you, and you're doing it. And can I just say, too, you're all at different levels, okay? So everything I'm saying applies to every single one of you, but you're also all at very, very different levels. So Spirit wanted me to throw that out there. So don't try and keep up with certain people. Some people have been at it for years. Some people start, in one day, and in a month you know, do some DMT, go on an ayahuasca journey, and you know what I mean? It's like I'm telling you, I've seen it. So it's just different for everybody. Don't give yourself, like, don't compare yourself to other people. Your journey is your journey. And it's time to change. That's what the snake is showing you, to shed your skin. Like, that old life, that old world is gone. It's over. It's over. It's over. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. The crystal companion is the Thulite. Thulite. Let me see if I can get this in there so you guys can see it. Sometimes oh, nice. Look at how perfect. So you want to take a screenshot. So, and crowberry sometimes is like the name of it, but it is like, something, the more of a more common name. And also just research Thulite. If you have the means to get it, absolutely work with it. But otherwise, you can still work with the energy. Just research the meaning and work with it and keep talking to it and ask that crystal energy to come to you from the planet. It's nice to have these here and protect us and love us and all that great things about them. Crystals and stones and all Earth's gems and riches. But at the same time, it's also in our minds, so you can heal yourself. That's really powerful, you guys. Yeah, and it's interesting. Yeah, it's like they call them savages because why? They let women rule. If you were drawn to reading one, yeah, we talked a lot about that, the divine masculine and feminine. So, yeah, that's really powerful, you guys. But they wanted me to bring back to the beginning where it says things can never stay the same. Change must be accepted. Be flexible. Keep walking through difficult circumstances. Do not stop and get stuck. Acceptance allows you to move on faster. Surrender what is no longer yours. Yes. Okay. So let's see if they have any more messages. When I can continue shuffling, I know that we're good. And if they tell me to stop, then that may just be the message. Do we want to pull any more cards from this deck today, right now? Do we want to pull any cards from any other decks right now? Okay, we're done here. Okay, that's it. Reading 2. Thank you so much for being here. When I looked up, I saw 1306, and I know that's not what's on the thing. So work with angel number 1306. Also, 13 and 6, if you add them together, is the number 10. So you guys, you're there. Don't give up before like, you're so close. Like, I am feeling that. Any downloads? Yeah, I kind of felt like there was a download. Witches, healers, and deep down believers, you're so close. Don't give up. Keep mushing through it. And that's what it feels, right? Yeah, mush. Uncomfortable, not fun. But you know what's going to happen when you get out of it? It's going to feel real good. And you're going to be on the other side of it. So hang in there. We got your back. Keep calling out to us. We can't help you unless you let us. So call upon your angels, your spirit guides, whatever you believe in. It's different for all of you. Fairy magic, fairy love, witches, healers. It's all of it. It doesn't matter what you call it, what you label it. Thank you so much, Spirit. They just channeled through, and that is so awesome. When I looked up, it was 139.44. And I saw 1 and then 39 and then 44. So I feel like 1 is like a new beginning. So it could be like 39 and 44. Interesting for me. That feels like what happened with me because it was when I was 39 that I really realized that something was, I needed to do something more, something different. And then it wasn't until I was 44 that I fully stepped into what I am now, like fully, and took the risks and was like, I'm going to do this on my own. And I know it's going to be a struggle and I know whatever, but I'm going to do it by donations. I'm going to do it by this. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it happen. And you know what? I did. And bit by bit, people were like, oh my gosh, can I get a reading from you? Or people are like, hey, I told my friend about your reading. They want a reading. And man, before I knew it, it was like my whole world changed. So it can happen overnight. I've seen it. It's happened to me. It's happened to me more than once in my life, but definitely in this way. And you guys are. You are witches and healers and deep down believers in magic. You walk with the dead, you walk with the living. And also, for some of you, I feel like one person needs to hear this. Okay, I'm just going to say this. You're not crazy. None of us are quote unquote crazy. We're just all going through different things. Crazy is a man made human, third dimensional box to put us, to, make people pity us, feel sorry for us, make us victims so we lose our power, blah, 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 blah. No. The superhero movies came out for a reason. All these gods and goddesses, people are learning about them, not just through this way, right? Like they're, oh, I'm just into superheroes, man. Yeah, but I bet you know all the fucking gods, don't you? I bet you know how it all works. You know what I mean? Like it's like everybody's learning in their own way and they're all waking up in their own way and we're all waking each other up like little fucking triggers all over the place. But if you have moments where you're like, are we dead? And these people are dead and we're just here to help them, but it seems like we're dead too. I feel that too. So I don't know. I will never tell you because it's all what you're going through. And I feel like for some of us, we're multidimensional walkers. We are light workers, unlike others. And if this doesn't register for you, that's okay. But for those of you who it does align with, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, you're that powerful. Believe in what you believe in. All I ask is that you release old programming that's not yours. Did you hear those voices coming through? Yeah. I didn't know I was going to channel like that, but that was fucking awesome. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Any more messages? Nope. Over and out. They said, okay, you guys, I love you so much. All of my information is in the about section. Have a blessed day, night, morning, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Know that you are loved. We got your back. Spirit has your back. You're not alone. Keep asking for their help. Keep asking for their guidance. If you see, say you're seeing Hera everywhere and you're like, why am I looking at things for Goddess Hera? Look at the medicine. There's something there for you. If you keep seeing numbers, these signs, they mean something. They're talking to you. That's how they talk to you. But they can't just like come into your orbit without your help because you're on a journey here too. And it's confusing because we come from a place that's nothing like this. We understand that we're all love. We understand that we're all connected. Like we get it. We fucking get it. And if you're watching this right now, and this is the first time you've ever even seen a reading or anything like this, and you're like, holy shit, I'm not crazy. No, crazy is just a word. It's a typecast bullshit. All right, you guys, I got to get going because I got to get ready for the other reading. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. I love you so much. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Okay, you guys, welcome reading 3. I've got like 15% and I don't know how long that's going to last. All of my batteries just like went out. I'm like, what is going on? So if it stops, I just want to say right up front, thank you so much for everything. I love you so much. Take good care of yourselves and each other, all that good stuff, right? But I'm going to pull the card and see what they want us to say. Okay, here we go. I feel like this is like, oh man, reading 1 and reading 2 were so intense that I feel like this is like kind of like almost like just some mantras and some affirmations, like kind of like a wrap up of everything that, because this is just like, you know, messages we need to hear from spirit right now. So they want you to know that it is, hold on, let's put this where the light, no, here. Is this better? Sorry. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. So I'm going to put this over here. Okay. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. And I will take screenshots of these and put them in the community section, just like I had some affirmations from one of the other readings. The affirmations are for if it touches you, use the affirmation. Okay. So this is one. This is the next one. I freely express who I am. So this is what they want us to work with right now. I freely express who I am. This is going to be short and sweet and to the point. These are so fun. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh, I love you guys so much. You know, I this is my 4th reading. So I don't know if you watched the first reading for the tribe. It was really awesome. If you're drawn to it, I highly suggest you go and watch it. And if you're drawn to reading 1 or 2, please go check them out. But if not, then just please enjoy these beautiful affirmations. So I was born to enjoy life. Yes, exactly. They tried to turn this into a slave planet and it didn't work. I am a beloved child of the universe and have been given everything I need for every experience I shall have. That's beautiful. That's actually really cool. This is a good one. I mean, they're all good, but like that's really powerful. Let me see. I'm trying to put the light in a place where you guys would there. That's good. Nice. Hold on. Let me see if I can. All right, cool. It's going really quickly. So let's see. Do you want us to pull any more, Spirit? I can only put, and just to, if we do pull more, I can only put 5 in the community section at a time. And since these are double-sided, if they have me pull any more, just look for them. They'll be there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Do we have any more affirmations? Any more positive anything? Any more love yourself messages, Spirit? Do we have any more love yourself messages? Nope, not there. Okay. Oh, I love it. I am my own unique self. I am my own unique self. This is beautiful. And I think it's almost like I feel like these are readings within readings. I may even put these in shorts. Everyone is unique and different. If we are alike, other people, excuse me, if we are like other people, then we are not expressing our specialness. Oh, I love it. That's actually really cute. So I am my own unique self. And like I said, I'm going to put them in there. Do we have any more, Spirit? Do we have any more? Okay. Do we have any more messages in between? So what I mean that is sometimes they have me like shuffle the ones that are here and then they put them in a certain order that they want you to see them. Okay. So here we go. So it is my divine, sorry, it's just is what it is. It is my divine, I keep saying divine, and it's not even on the card. It is my birth, but it is my divine birthright, whatever. Light. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. Yes. So if you're an artist, like that's how you express yourself. They're going to be in the community section, don't worry. Everyone is unique and different. If we are like other people, then we are not expressing our specialness. Really, I feel like it's about the pictures. Isn't that interesting? And I was born to enjoy life. I was born to enjoy life. And I feel like it's like just, you'll see, like, enjoy life. So if we said it together, it would be, I was born to enjoy life. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. Everyone is unique and different. If we are like other people, then we are not expressing our specialness. Exactly. Oh, I love it. I just got the chills. And that, my friends, is all. Do you have any more? I don't think so. No, that felt good. That felt good. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. And all of my information is in the description box. No, in the about section. I'm sorry, I've been doing this for almost 2 hours straight. So I love you. I'll see you next time. All of my information is in the about section. Take care. Bye.